Hey fellow Terrarians. Gnomes and gnome statues. Okay, so garden gnome statues. We need those. We need those for extra luck. And luck increases many different things actually in Terraria 1.4. Okay, we can talk about luck a little bit later, but in a nutshell, it increases your chances of getting rare items. It increases chances of spawning rare events and spawning rare mobs. Okay, so um, how to find gnomes and what's the best way to farm them. Okay, so we're gonna explore all those in this video. First, we would like to locate one of these giant living trees. Okay, so once you find one, climb down into this tunnel. Okay, so until you locate the room. Okay, so there's gonna be in many of these trees there are chambers. Okay, chambers where you would usually find a living loom like this. Okay, so here, this see on the right side, the chest and a living loom. Okay, so this is it. This is going to be our spawn area for those gnomes. Okay, so but look at this, the empty space, right? It goes all the way down, up and down, right? So what we need to do, we actually need to block it because we don't want gnomes to spawn here, right? So we don't want, because what happens if they spawn here? They get stuck. They just do nothing and just sit and wait there, right? So and fill in spawning counters, right? So we don't want that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna block those. But before that, let's dig a tunnel about 30 to 50 blocks away from the tree, all the way down to the level of that room. Okay, so, and we also would like to remove all walls in that tunnel because we would like to create this sunshine that goes all the way down, sunlight that goes all the way down to the level of the tunnel, right? Then we're gonna go into that tree and fill in all the hollow places, all the empty space. Okay, so we're gonna fill it with solid blocks of any kind. Doesn't matter what you use. Okay, so this is just again to prevent gnomes from accidentally spawning there and getting stuck, because that's not efficient. Okay, so we want to maximize the number of gnomes per minute that we can farm. Okay, so, and obviously the same applies for any areas around this zone in about 50 block radius. Okay, we wanna even more, I would say up to like 60-70 block radius, that we would like to fill in all the empty areas, empty spaces with solid blocks. Okay, ideally we would like to prevent any other mobs from spawning in this around us. Okay, so we only want gnomes and we only want them to spawn in a particular place so that they will be able to come to us, get hit by sunlight, turn into garden gnome statues, and that's it. Okay, so this is how we do it. Once you've finished filling all the spaces, now note that on the left you can already see a small setup, a table with a water candle and a couple of gnome statues that's already been pre-tested, and it seems to be working fine. Okay, so this is more or less the location you wanna be in. Okay, so now we filled in all the empty spaces, and I actually needed to expand this a little bit. Okay, so I'm just testing right now. Okay, so see, gnome spawned, right? It says that the gnome is somewhere here. Now check this out. This gnome is stuck. Okay, so why? Because, well, they're not smart enough to hop stairs unless they're provoked, right? Unless you aggro them. So see, I had to actually lure on another one. There you go. And again, he's stuck, right? So see, I need to fix that. So if you find areas like that, when there's even one block, one tile depth change, right? You need to change. You need to fix that. So now I fixed it. So now it's all flat, straight line on the same level. Nothing changes, right? So guys, what you wanna do is make sure that around this area, in all directions, there is no way for mobs to spawn. Okay, so I can still see enemies spawning, and I don't like that. So there's still some areas around me. You see, there are some caves that are producing mobs, and we don't want that. Okay, so now once you take care of that and fill solid blocks, put solid blocks in those areas, you will only have gnomes spawning. Look, now there's a straight line, a gnome spawned inside the room, the living tree room, right? So, and we got ourselves a garden gnome statue. Okay, so now here, I'm gonna put this marker wall. This wall is about 85 blocks away from the beginning of that room. Okay, see, I already collected a bunch of these gnomes, but this is still not optimized. Okay, so yes, we're getting them occasionally. They do spawn, but they don't spawn fast enough. Okay, so we can actually set a timer and see how many gnomes we get per minute with this setup, right? So look, we have pretty much no enemies spawning around us. There's only 2 enemies somewhere, and it's probably still some areas that I couldn't fill. So now we have Hunter Potion active, and oh, you look at this Golden Bunny. Okay, you know what? This is actually one of the reasons you need luck, because it increases the rates at which gold creatures spawn, right? So this is very good. But we're not quite there yet. So there's still ways to improve this. So this is the area where the gnomes will be spawning. However, there's still zones that have walls, like dirt walls, that we need to remove. And we can expand this tunnel a little bit. Okay, so let's do that real quick. So again, dig down straight in a straight line, remove the walls, and you're done. Okay, all right, so now we've expanded it, and time to test. First test. Okay, so we're only using water candle here, right? So, and we're waiting for gnomes, right? So 1 minute. How many gnomes do we get per minute? Oh, look, 1. And immediately followed 2. And immediately followed by 3. Well, that's too good, I would say. That's incredible, but I don't think it's gonna stay like this. This rate would be unreal. Yeah. So we are at about half a minute now with 3 gnomes. Yeah, that's more likely. And I don't think we're gonna go. Yeah, that rate is gonna go down still. Know that there's no enemies nearby, right? So that means we're actually in a good spot. So that means there's nothing spawning around us, nothing that fills in those enemy spawn rates, right? So we only have gnomes spawning, and occasionally you would have some slime, but it would. Oh, look at this, another gnome. So we're at almost end of the minute. Yeah, the minute has ended, and we only have 4 gnomes. Okay, so you may say, well, that's pretty decent. Oh, 5. So pretty decent, but not for us, right? So we want to see how we can further maximize this number, right? So yeah, it's fine to have, like, yeah, you have, if you're only looking to get 5-10 gnomes, yeah, 1 minute is fine, right? So this setup would do just nicely, right? So you can actually AFK your character for an hour and you get as many gnomes as you want. However, we are looking for the best possible spawn rate. Okay, so and I wanna see how we can achieve that. So as you can see, what I'm doing, I'm putting mud blocks right below me in a grid-like pattern and putting some jungle grass seeds, of course, to increase, to make them propagate, to turn this into a micro jungle biome. Okay, as we know, jungle biome increases spawn rates of enemies by 50%. But that's not good enough for us. We're also looking for ladybugs. Why ladybugs? Why do I care? Well, ladybug is one of the best ways to increase your luck. So all you have to do is interact with it. How do we interact with the ladybugs? Just cross it, basically. Jump on it, or walk over it in any way. And so what it does, just don't kill it, right? So what it does, it adds 0.4 luck for 12 minutes. It's insane. It's incredible. So now we're in a jungle biome with additional luck. Okay, so we also place a jungle torch for additional 0.2 luck. So we're at 0.6 luck. Okay, I'll explain that. And now there's also a gnome statue, which is another 0.2 luck. So we're at 0.8 luck at the moment. And if we drink a luck potion, we'll be over 1.0 luck. Okay, so what does that mean? Look at this, gnomes are coming. That's, you already noticed the rate is better, right? So, but it's not yet perfect. Okay, so I still don't like it. I still see that we can improve this. So getting back to the luck thing, just to give you an idea, once you reach 1.0 luck, that essentially increases events probability by up to 50%. Okay, so that means that if something could spawn 10% of the time, it will spawn 15% of the time. Okay, so that's the thing. And then you can see here we are actually getting gnomes coming. Like, okay, so this is good. This is incredible, right? I think we can do better than that. I definitely think we can do better. Okay, so just a minute, 2 minutes or whatever passed, and we are swarmed by gnomes. Right, guys, so another experiment. This time we're gonna add battle potion to the mix. So again, all the luck accessories that we've done before. So that means a ladybug, a gnome statue, a jungle torch, and water candle. Boom, 1, 2, 3. And we're going, the timer is on 3 so far. Okay, so, and obviously potion of battle potion, right? And yeah, 4. Okay, 5. So 5 gnomes so far. 6, 7. Okay, 7 gnomes. We are under half a minute. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so are we at 12 gnomes? Okay, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh my goodness, can we reach 20? Yeah, it's the 20th gnome. Yes, 20 gnomes per minute, guys. Okay, so what do you think about that? Is it good enough? So that means you essentially can get 100 gnomes in 5 minutes with this setup. Does it get any better than that? Well, even if it does, not by much, I bet you. So we've pretty much reached the best possible spawn rates for gnomes. And this is really good, and I suggest collecting lots of these because they're useful for multiple arenas. And some arenas spawn large worlds, right? So, and putting them all over the place actually will increase the chances of rare items to drop, right? So, and you know, this is essential when farming rare items, right? So, alright guys, I hope you'll find this video interesting, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.